I have teachers that have, I've gone to like year-long trainings and that sort of thing, but I've also, from the earliest time when I started to feel like I could pay attention to what has been happening, and it's all started in Oregon. We moved from Los Angeles. My father just was done with building jets to go kill people. He worked in the aircraft industry, and he wanted to attend to animals. He loved large. He wanted to be a large animal veterinarian. His father didn't let him do that. No, we don't do that. We're engineers. Um, and so we moved to the Wallowa Valley in northeastern Oregon. How many of you know of this place? And it was the traditional home of the Wallowa band of the Nez Perce people, the Nemiipu people. And Nez Perce is a name given, I think, from French fur traders. They might have seen one person with a bone through his nose and said, "Oh, these people, they pierce their noses." And so it was not a standard practice. But at any rate, that's the name they got.
What's their name?
Their name is Nemiipu.
What is it?
How do you say it?
I thought it was, I don't actually know where the emphasis is, but I think it's Nimipu
Yeah,
or Nimipu. I don't know.
Nemiipu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nimi.
Anyway, there was a recent archaeological dig that in that region, out in that territory, not right around here, but it's indicative of how long people lived on these lands throughout North America. In this particular case, it was 16,500 years and they were a salmon people. They still are, and they're still bringing back the salmon. But anyway, all these folks, in this part, salmon was there, as it says in Winnie Machoni, water is the first food. Second food, salmon. In most places, at least in this region. Third food, deer, elk, all those. Fourth food, roots. Fifth food, berries. Those are the five essentials. And if you look at, years ago I went to the reservation, they showed the children the dental records, photographs of the dental records of the children who ate the traditional diet and the ones that ate the reservation diet, which initially was just white flour, white sugar. That's what after they took them away from their usual places of sustenance. And the difference was, black, missing teeth, everything, and fine, beautiful teeth. That's the legacy of the thrust essentially towards exterminating these people and denying them access to their traditional places. So I'm going on with the big story here, but we're going to get to a song. Is that okay with you?
We're here for you, Laura.
We're here for it all.
All for it all. For the sake of these extended conversations.
So
Yeah.
anyway, 16,500 years is 165 centuries. That's, most people if we don't have any of that heritage, our people got here about 2 to 3 centuries ago. That's a whole lot less than 165 of knowing the land that gave you life, that gives you life. The people are still here. I mean, we could sing humbly. That would be a good thing. I also have another song that goes into it more deeply, but Yeah, so I'll just carry on a little bit.
Just to, Laurence, just to clarify,
Yeah,
16,500 years of continuous living, nomadic and seasonal, but in one place.
in one place where you don't own it, but
Yeah.
you belong there. And it's so, and yes, you move, you don't own some past, my little domain. No, the whole place is what's giving, what you were born from. You belong there. And the deepest wound that, all this song, all these technologies of belonging and connection and so on are to mend the break in belonging is the primal wound that most of us carry from birth, even from before birth, for many generations actually. And the whole reason I ever wanted to do this stuff is to see if we could start remembering anyway what it could be like to be a people that and begin to find ways back to connecting to a place and investing meaning, in other words, mutual flourishing into and nourishment into the place where if you're going to receive from it, you give to it in all the ways that is just burgeoning. Regenerative agriculture, understanding of the small farm future, and all that sort of thing that is part of this. What excites me about facing what we're facing. Anyway, you can't do that stuff until you know that you need each other and that you need to do things to help stay together. Keep falling back in love with each other. Keep taking another look at each other. So these are a lot of the teaching of the teachers that have inspired me. Anyway, we could start.
Stay together.
Yeah. We could do that. Let's do that song. And we'll get to the other ones soon. But I think that's the thing. This is from one of my heroes, a poet, Gary Snyder. How many are familiar with Gary Snyder? Yeah. I wish I had this poem memorized. I didn't bring my books down. So the poem is called For the Children. And it goes something like this. The mountains of statistics rise before us. Everything going up, up, as we all go down. But they say in the next century, or the one before that, there are valleys, pastures. We can meet there in peace, if we make it. To climb these coming crests, one word to you and your children. Stay together, learn the flowers, go light. And what I would say, if we break up for a little bit into small clusters after this, talk about what does that mean to you? What does learning the flowers mean in your life? What is that? How does that relate to the importance of how you could stay together? What are the flowers teaching? And what does going light mean? Does it mean taking yourself more lightly? Does it mean soft your footprint? What does it mean? Going light. But anyway, those are the questions that we might ask. But so I'm going to teach you the song. It's around.
What's the poem called again?
For the Children, Gary Snyder. So it just goes like this.